Aliyah in 2006, comedian Benji Lovitt has performed for audiences all over the world. His perspectives on life in Israel has been featured in Israeli television, on the radio, and in publications such as USA Today, Time Magazine, Huffington Post, The Times of Israel, and many more. His annual Yom Ha'atzmaut list of things he loves about Israel has developed a huge following, and he works regularly for the Jewish organizations to promote Israel. During 2014's Operation Productive Edge, his humorous observations on the war led to his being called the only reason to go on Facebook. So with that, we'd like to welcome Benji.
Thank you. Well, my story will be a little bit different. I'd like everyone to close your eyes. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, relax. I want you to imagine someone who has no idea what the fuck is going on at any given time. Open your eyes and look at an Oleh Hadash. All right, not so Hadash anymore, but my fuck up is going to be not one moment in particular, but about a 10-year relationship and struggle to learn Hebrew. No, I am a stand-up comedian. I know people are saying, oh, this must be so easy, public speaking, telling a story. Very different. This is the first time I've done any kind of storytelling, and I take my craft very seriously. I wish I could have brought to you the best story I was capable of, that I worked on forever, and it made you laugh, it made you cry. I didn't do that. A few days ago, I took my idea, I threw it away, I wanted to start over from scratch. So it's sort of, to me, the fuck up within the fuck up. But I hope you'll excuse me, not only because it's my birthday, but there's someone else who's forgiven. This is more important. We'll come back to that later. So I have to tell you guys, before I made Aliyah, I love speaking Hebrew more than anyone you've ever met in your entire lives. I'm not kidding. I don't know why. Anyone from America here? Any Americans? Anyone grow up at like Jewish summer camp? Or in a Jewish youth movement? Okay, all right. So I did. I learned a little Hebrew. When I was in 10th grade, okay, anyone remember the song Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe? I would translate snippets of it into Hebrew and make my friend laugh. I would say, rah, 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 with that horrible accent. When I was here in my gap year, when I was 18 years old, before I went to university, I was taking Ulpan, I was doing Hebrew classes, and I had a friend, David, in class with me. We used to mess with each other in class, and I would raise my hand to the teacher and say, Natalie, David mafria oti. And she'd say, mafria li. So, oh, mafria li. I made the same mistake over and over again until one day, ha'asimon nafal. I didn't know that phrase at the time. And I said, Natalie, David mafria oti. She'd say, mafria li. I said, gamla. It was hilarious. We would laugh and laugh. As an adult, not even so many years ago, I worked for this Jewish organization sending kids to Israel from the States. I got to be friends with many of my Israeli coworkers, and they taught me oh so important phrases like Yanti Parazi and Mativoshkes. Well, if you don't know what those things are, ask an Israeli. So once upon a time, I made Aliyah. What could possibly go wrong? So things were okay at the beginning. I learned Hebrew. So I went to Ulpan. Anyone ever go to Ulpan here? Okay, for the Israelis who don't know what that's like, to go to Ulpan as an adult is a blast because the teachers speak to you like you're 4 years old. They can say anything and make it sound adorable, even if you have no clue what they're talking about. Boker tov, hayom anachnu osim kolonoscopia. That sounds amazing. That actually isn't my stand-up, that was one of my jokes. You know, my Hebrew was okay, but my accent was horrendous. Even ordering off a menu was an adventure. Anyone have this experience? Slicha, אני רוצה hamburger. Ma? Hamburger? Ma? Hamburger? Oh, hamburger! Come on! What did you think I said? So things were okay for a couple years. I was making like a little bit of name for myself. I started to blog about my comedic experiences in Israel, and I started to do stand-up comedy about life in Israel. I, made a little, started to develop my brand, which is what got me here today, but that's another story. Nefesh B'Nefesh, this organization which helps people make Aliyah, invited me to do a TV interview with, what's his name, Benji Lovitt? I don't know, he's some Israeli. About making Aliyah. It was all in Hebrew. Like 2 or 3 years I'm on TV in Hebrew. So, you know, things were going okay. And then something happened. I mean, not anything in particular, just life happened. You know, Aliyah, Klita, it's not easy, you know. Some people come with family, some don't. I mean, some people did the army at age 18, some don't. You know, I had, in my 3rd or 4th year here, the worst year of my entire adult life. I lived in Tel Aviv, and I took a job in Jerusalem. I had no car. Well, no. 4 to 5 hours a day commuting in a high-stress, high-pressure job. I was working for a tour operator, doing logistics for groups like Taglit, Birthright, things like that. My Israeli coworkers were stressed out and burned out. Like, I had no shot. You know, someone coming from America, when I was like in a leadership position, in a management position, I felt good about myself. People looked up to me. I brought valuable things. Suddenly, I am like the worst one of the department. I feel like an idiot. It's all in Hebrew. I'm in meetings. I'm not able to contribute. My self-esteem is like down here. I'm not myself at all. You know, things which should take 5 seconds, like opening Microsoft Word and wanting to, you know, change your document from portrait to landscape. How tough is that? Imagine doing that in Chinese. You know, it's like every little thing I'd ask for help with. You know, I was so stressed out in this job. Like, I don't know how other Olim are, but like my brain like locks up. Like when you're that stressed, you cannot speak Hebrew. It's like, imagine you're in your apartment and it lights on fire. Are you going to stop and be like, what do I yell? Is it Ash or Srefa? Is it Ta'azorli or Ezra? Like that. You just scream fire and get the fuck out. I had to get, that's all I have left. Oh my God, it's a good thing I'm the last one. I had to get out of that job. I was, you know, it wasn't the worst year of my adult life because I didn't master future tense. It was the worst year because I was in a depression and it was horrible. I had to get out of there. So the next few years, I did something different, and it wasn't any easier, really. I became self-employed. What I do now, I do stand-up comedy and different programs for Jewish audiences here and abroad, and I know some people think, oh, you're a comedian, what do you work, 10 minutes a day? No, I was doing like all my own sales and marketing and arranging tours and long hours. As an Ole, I don't think anybody should be working from home. Like in Ole Chadash, working from home, no structure, no one to speak Hebrew with, you know, and life is tough anyway, in any country. And, you know, my friends would say, you live in Israel, you don't perform in Hebrew? Well, gee, I don't want to spend 3 more nights working in clubs every week. You know, you don't watch Eretz Nehederet? Are you kidding? You have to watch that. How do I answer that? I don't know. I know I should watch it, but I can only do so much. So there were so many moments where I felt like even when I was doing great things professionally, if I wasn't failing at life, I at least felt like I was failing as an Ole. You know, how did I turn out this way? How did I turn out from a guy who loved Hebrew to a guy who like doesn't want to, you know, how many minutes left? I couldn't see that.
1 minute. 1 minute.
So now we'll get to the lesson part of it. Oh, and by the way, dating. Okay, I gotta say, every Ole that moved to this country like dreaming of dating hot Israeli men or women, I cannot be the only one who thinks this, but like, okay, either I speak Hebrew and like feel good about myself because I'm dating the native language, then I sound like a fucking idiot and have no personality. Everyone knows what I'm talking about? Or I can do it in English, and then I'm like, oh, I should be speaking Hebrew by now. What? Hey, you want to be stressed out before you go on dates. That's a wonderful idea. So look, last month I celebrated my 10-year Aliyah anniversary here, which I know is a big deal. So, yes, thank you. I don't know how many Olim go to therapy. It should be all of them. So, you know, I had a thought last year for the first time in 10 years, and I thought, you know what? How old do you think I am? Any guesses? 30? 34? 31?
37.
37? Get the fuck out of here, 37. Anyone younger than 31? 32? 28? Who said that? Are you single? Would you believe I am 42 years old? No, shut up. No, don't clap. Actually, I have a great joke, but I'm over my tongue. Look, I thought for the first time, you know what? This might be as good as my Hebrew gets. And on one hand, that kills me. On the other hand, who gives a shit? Because if we think about all the things that we haven't done in life and the things that we are not, you know what comes from that? Nothing. A whole lot of misery. So and this is difficult, and I know we all struggle to think in a healthy manner, but I try to think of the things I have done. You know what? Maybe my Hebrew hasn't really improved the last 6 or 7 years. But what have I done? Apparently, I've been good enough to be the only OLED invited here tonight to speak. Sure, why not? I'm now vatique enough to do stand-up comedy in English and crack the fuck out of Israelis who come up to me afterwards and say things like, "Achi, karatoti zayach," things like that. I'm good enough to have been invited to perform this last summer in places like New Zealand and Australia and South Africa. Like it said in the bio, you know, I had hundreds, and I feel like after being so hard on myself in this story, I can toot my own horn a little bit. Schwitz. You know, people coming up to me, you know, during Tsuke time, when people are too depressed to do anything, and thanking me for raising their spirits with all the jokes I would write, so on and so forth. So, in the end, I think I worked really hard on this story in the last 3 days or so. I think I did okay, but hopefully, again, that you will excuse me for not doing the best story that I could have possibly done. But the most important thing, more important than that, is that I forgive myself, which I have. So happy birthday to me, and thank you guys for